What is up, y'all? We are back with another YouTube video, and today we are going to be talking about why you are your worst enemy. And also, I know I've been gone for like a week, but we ain't stopped. You thought I stopped? You thought we stopped? We ain't stopping. We only pursuing. You know how it is. So, anyways, if you're wondering how you are your own worst enemy and also how you are your best friend, this is the best video for you. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe because we is about to get into it. We are back. We are back. All right, so the main reason why you are your own enemy is because you developed a subconscious mind that knows exactly how to pull you back into the old habits that you may be trying to break and get rid of. And the reason why it tries to get you back into these old habits is because it takes so much energy to build a new habit, and the subconscious mind doesn't want to do that. It takes a lot of brain and mental power in order for you to connect new neurons and create a new lifestyle. The subconscious mind loves repetition, it loves comfortability and predictability. So when you start doing things that are unpredictable, the subconscious mind is always going to try to trick you into reverting back into the old habits, reverting back into the old self that you are trying to separate yourself from. And along this journey, it can develop a battle. While you're learning something new about reality, your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is learning new ways to trick you back into reverting into the old self. Because as you are developing your higher self, you are also developing your lower self. Because the higher you go, the harder the lower self has to try in order to bring you down. So that means it's going to have to throw everything at you. You have developed a higher tolerance for lower vibrations. So now, as you do deeper healings, it's going to give you deeper issues to face. The lower self will use the slightest inconvenience just to drop you down back into a lower state. Then try to build up these inconveniences to a point where you're okay with them, and possibly even overindulge in them. For example, say you're trying to stop smoking and you've done it for like a month. Then you hang out with one of your friends that smoke like every day, like just all day long, and they say, hey man, just one hit's not gonna hurt, man. And you're like, nah, I've been, doing good for a month. And they're like, man, it's just one hit. And then you're like, well, okay, and you take that hit. That moment is very detrimental because it could cause you to continuously roll into being like, oh, okay, just this one time, and revert back into the habit you were just trying to break and you were successful at. This is why it's important to always do your routine each and every day, to always stick by your meditations and who you see yourself being every day, because one slip up could just ruin that whole journey. One slip up could just destroy your whole empire. So always be mindful and focus on how you can be your best friend. Focus on how you can put yourself in situations that aren't going to put you back into the old self, but put you into a new life, put you into a new perspective of life. Put yourself in situations and around people who are going to promote you and your new habits, who are going to help you overcome what you've been trying to overcome, instead of slipping into those inconveniences and reverting back. The slightest inconvenience can cause a whole empire to fall. So always be on top of it. Stay aware. Don't just be okay with everything that's going on around you. If you don't like meat, don't eat the meat just because it's on your plate. Don't eat it just because it's there. Don't eat it at all. Just push it away. Just scrape it off, throw it in the garbage. If you don't like it, you don't eat it. Don't eat it. If you don't want to be around people who are constantly talking bad about themselves and don't believe in themselves, you don't have to be around them just because they're around. You could assert your truth into the atmosphere, or you could remove yourself from the situation. If you don't like people who are just talking bad about people, remove yourself from those people. You don't have to be in those situations just because it's there. You don't have to do something just because it's there. You don't have to just deal with these inconveniences of the subconscious mind just because they're there. You have a say in what goes on in your reality. You have a say in what you will let into your mind. You have a say of where you want to be and where you will be in this life. So say it. Go for it. Always go for it. This is your life, right? This is your life. And You can be your best friend just as much as you can be your own enemy. Just be mindful of the times that you can be your own enemy. Be mindful of how you can be your best friend. Be mindful of how you could develop yourself and your higher self in this life, instead of always just taking life as it is. Because you don't have to take life as it is. You create life. This is your world. This is my world. This is the world for everybody who just wants to create. All right. So go out there and create the life you see yourself being, and create it being your best friend, not your worst enemy. Create it being the person you see yourself being. Go for those new habits. Don't try to revert back into those old habits. Catch yourself when you try to revert into those old habits. That's the number one way you can become your best friend, is when you catch yourself reverting into those bad habits. So always be mindful. Do the mindful meditations. Say the affirmations. As hard as it can be, that feeling of not wanting to do it is the old self, is that self-sabotage trying to come back around and hit you. It's trying to come back around and pull you back into that old way of being. You know, I had to deal with it. And, you know, each time I'm learning how to overcome it, because while you're learning, the subconscious mind is also learning. So each day you got to keep, you know, learning new ways of overcoming the old self, overcoming procrastination, overcoming writer's block, overcoming business block, you know, whatever it may be, because challenges are always going to be a part of life. All right. And these challenges will make or break you. You decide where you will be when you face the challenge. I don't know. I kind of had a little fog there, but you get what I'm saying. Be the person who encourages you to face the challenge for yourself, instead of the person who wants you to back down because they are trying to project their fears onto you. The old self will try to have you do that. The old self, the old subconscious mind will try to pull you back and use these bigger challenges in order to intimidate you to run back to it and, you know, give it a big open-armed warm hug, you know. So don't do that. Trust yourself, trust your higher self, and pursue your higher self. Like I said, be your best friend. Be the person that will push you to your limits and beyond, to make sure that you are the greatest you could ever be. Be that person for yourself. Don't let fear of what's going on around you try to pull you back into that state of the old self. Just keep moving forward and keep focusing on your vision. Keep focusing on your vision, because you got this. You can do anything. You're limitless. You are the divine creation of life, all right? So there's no need to doubt. There's no need to be afraid. You know, fear, I know sometimes it can feel real, but you know, there's no need to be afraid. Fear is only here to help you grow. Even the lower self is here to help you become stronger in ways of defeating it. The resistance that it creates ends up being a gym or like a training system that strengthens your connection to your higher self. But don't get complacent. Always be mindful of where you are being led. Always be mindful that you are only developing a stronger connection with your higher self, your inner being, with who you truly are. So don't get complacent, right? Because while you are becoming a master, you might feel like, oh, I got all the skills. I done used the Tai Chi and the Tantra and all this Kundalini, you know, I got all this mastery. No. You're still learning. You still have to understand how not to let the ego take over and try to feel like it's all about, you know, that the show was all about the, you know, the anime type characteristics. You know, it's not all about that, right? So don't get complacent. Don't feel like you've mastered it all, because while you're on this journey, there are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be challenges. You know, the dark side of spirituality is true. And this is what it is. It's the older self, the lower self, constantly trying to get you to lower your vibration. And it's a constant battle sometimes. It could, you know, go on for years for some people. You know, some people, they just don't have the strength to well, I shouldn't say that, because everybody has their strength, but some people don't access the strength to, you know, go on with this battle, you know. So always be mindful of this. It's not just like some, you know, oh, this is a spiritual trend. No, it's not a trend. This is life. This is a real jungle that we are in, right? So there's going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be, you know, turnabouts, but always remember that the connection with your higher self will never leave, all right? So stay in tune with your higher self. Always be mindful of where you are being guided, and don't get complacent even if you feel that you have mastered everything, because anything could happen. Anything is possible. You never really know anything. And that's what enlightenment is. So in order to be on the path of enlightenment, don't get complacent. Don't feel like you're the master of everything. Don't have an over inflated image of yourself, or, you know, feel about yourself, because at the end of the day, we are just a speck of existence, you know, in this realm, and, you know, we're not the only ones here. So though we are big, but the I that we consider ourselves through name isn't, you know. So hope that makes sense. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to end this video. And at the end of the day, you know what it is. The choice is yours. And you could do it the easy way or the hard way. And the hard way is giving into the inconveniences. It's giving into the older self. It's not catching the little subtle subliminal messages that the subconscious old self tries to throw at you in order to get you back into being the older self. It's ignoring those. That's the hard way. Or you could do it the easy way and put it in work. Become the new version of yourself. Catch and be aware of all the subconscious signs that your older self tries to send you, huh? And become and can create a stronger connection with your higher self, right? You know, it's the easy way. The reason why it's easy is because it's better for you, right? Anyways, y'all know the deal. I'm about to end this video. Got some new music coming soon. Probably about to drop a track that I just made. So, you know, if you want to check it out, text that number in the description, right? Because that sends a link to a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of merch, a whole bunch of music, a whole bunch of events, and, you know, private events, whatever. So check that out, all right? Yeah, so anyways, I'm about to end this video. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, because that is how we are going to grow, and this is how we are going to create a generation of real magic from the dream core, from the core of your dreams. That's what we're doing. We creating magic from the core of dreams, dream core magic. Y'all thought it was about the aesthetic. No, we're creating the magic. You know, we're creating the dream core magic. You know what I'm saying? The dream core magic, the core, the dream, and the magic, the dream of the core, the magic of the core, dream magic. We're creating the core magic. We're creating the core of the dream with the magic. We're creating the magic of the core of the dream. D.C.M. You know what I mean. Peace.